Hello, welcome back to Suzerain. It has been a while since we have been in the great country of Sordland, but we are back here today. And I am ready to continue our adventures. So, I don't remember if we read the news last time. So, Wayland deploys special forces to Vernon. President Smolak has announced that the city of Vernon has been put under curfew, along with seven other towns in the northeast of the country. The Wessex armies deployed specially trained military forces in the to combat the military organization known as the British Freedom Front. Wales has increased its efforts in fighting terrorism, its aerial campaign and ground operations targeting BFF militants and their hidden bases. This operation will surely have consequences for the region, particularly in the neighboring countries of Lesbia, Rumburg, and particularly Sordland, which has a large population of British people living inside its borders. So, last time, if you remember, there may or may not be some infidelity going on with our best friend Peter, but I'm sure we will overcome any of those hurdles as we go on here. So what's going on in the news? We got protests and looting in Nargis. Violence has been minimized. The situation is mostly under control. Sounds good. I mean, the rioting doesn't sound good, but it's under control, and that's good. Refugees in Vernon due to conflict in Wessex. I think that makes sense. And the governor of Bergia reports hundreds of BFF collaborators. The governor of Bergia, Felix Braun, suspects that hundreds of British Freedom Front collaborators are living inside Deer, posing a significant threat to national security. To counter this threat, the governor has proposed a series of measures, including increased surveillance and intelligence gathering, as well as the deployment of additional security forces to the area. Due to the extra authority vested upon him as the governor of the special zone, some of these measures can be implemented by the governor inside of Bergia without the approval of the central government. The government has also suggested that community members be encouraged to report any such activities or individuals, and that the government offer incentives for information leading to the capture of BFF members. The proposed measure raises concerns about potential violations of civil liberties, and it is recommended that the government follow the action of the governor closely and ensure that he does not violate his authority as governor of the special zone. I just have to quickly adjust something, because can't really see it here, but I have to adjust. I have like a little cooling pad, like a little ice pack, because it's pretty warm in here. It was actually like really warm earlier this week. It was like 40 degrees. Like on Monday, which is crazy. Too hot for me to handle, at least. But anyway, what's going on? We got downtime at home. It felt like an eternity since the Benfey Festival. Had it really only been less than 24 hours? I was at home now, drinking an afternoon coffee on my balcony. A stack of newspapers lay by my side. I picked them up one by one, reading and rereading the articles about the festival. Some of the newspapers were mercilessly against Monica for interrupting Curtin during a speech. A few even called for her to be barred from political matters. Others expressed their support. In any event, I was relieved that the incident hadn't reflected too badly on me. I was putting down the last newspaper as Monica joined me out on the balcony. Listen, can we talk a bit? I mean, of course. What is it? Monica sat and picked up the nearby newspaper. She pointed to a particularly insulting headline on the front page. Never in a million years would I have wished for this, Anton. I just wanted to thank you for supporting me, and apologize for creating such a spectacle. All I wanted was to bring the people of Sordland together, the way that you're able to. But not like this. Her eyes were getting moist. A single tear fell onto the newsprint. I can wipe away. You know what? Let's wipe away her tears. I leaned forward and wiped her tears from her face. She clasped my hand to her face. Oh, Anton. Her eyes filled with gratitude. I could see that she slept as little as I had since the festival. Thank you. One more thing. You know how stubborn I am. Perhaps the festival wasn't the proper forum to air my views on women's rights, but I still need to do this, Anton. I want to officially adopt this cause as First Lady. To actually get involved in politics, not just give impromptu speeches. I could even help your education minister with the reforms that she's working on. I know this could be something you're passionate about as well. Can I count on you? Of course, my love. I look forward to working closer together. Oh, Anton, this means so much to me. Monica hugged me tightly, and I felt some of the past day's tensions melt away. Thank you. A noise came from the balcony door. We turned our heads to see Dana standing there. Mama, I'm hungry. Let's go to the kitchen, baby. We'll make Papa the best snack ever. Yeah! She's going to make me some Nerds gummy clusters? I'm excited. I didn't even know she could make those. We left the balcony and returned half an hour later with a large cookie. Dana had written my name and icing on it. As I sipped my coffee and nibbled my cookie, I thought that I had made the right choice. Things were going to get harder, but at least my life at home was somewhat peaceful. Fantastic, fantastic. We love our wife here. This is an official wife guy stream. Workers at a crossroads. As foreign ideologies continue to permeate our borders, Sordland's workers stand at crossroads between Malevist collectivism and Arcasian capitalism. Both approaches present their own unique challenges to our traditional values and the working class ethos. As Sordland carves its own path, it is crucial that our strategy centers on protecting workers and promoting domestic industry. Striking a balance between economic progress and safeguarding the dignity of labor is a crucial task that lies ahead of us. As Sordland, so skilled immigration, a catalyst for economic growth. As Sordland navigates its economic future, attracting top talent from abroad could be the key to sustained growth. A recent study revealed that skilled immigrants contribute significantly to innovation, job creation, and overall economic development. Moreover, these talented individuals boost competitiveness, often filling roles in sectors facing a domestic skill shortage. However, it is essential to balance this approach with investing in domestic education and training programs, thereby equipping homegrown talent to compete on equal footing. Also, I just want to make sure my microphone is muted. Also, I want to make sure I need to, because sometimes Twitch will crash on me for no reason. I just want to make sure that I can actually see if it's still online or not. There we go. The First Lady steps up. The Benfey Festival is now at full motion, and the festival goers are enjoying the many attractions set up. However, this year's Benfey Festival started eventfully. Mayor Les' opening speech was interrupted by First Lady Monica, who stood up to the remarks made by the mayor after he delivered the festival's activities perversions. The crowd absolutely loved the response from the First Lady, leaving the mayor embarrassed. Now, what's going on in the world of geopolitics? Rumblings from Canal suggest an intention to abandon their ATO membership, reverting back to their observer status. Such a move could cause a significant shift in regional power dynamics and alliances, threatening the stability of the ATO. The potential exit of KNL not only poses questions about the unity and effectiveness of the organization, but also invites speculation about the wider geopolitical implications. As a potential exit looms, global observers are closer monitoring developments and bracing for the ripple effects that this decision might have. And the hidden cost of CSP-funded revolutions. While CSP-funded revolutions may be framed as passive progress, recent data presents a more concerning reality. Countries undergoing such upheavals experience, on average, a 15% drop in GDP within the first 2 years. Additionally, 6% of these nations report a rise of civil unrest. The aftermath often includes destabilization and setbacks in national development, along with socioeconomic disruption and diminished political stability. These findings have led many international observers to question the effectiveness of CSP's social-political model. As nations navigate the consequences of these revolutions, it becomes clear that the path to meaningful reform is fraught with complexities and challenges. The broader implications emphasize the need for more tailored and context-sensitive approaches to political changes. That's the wrong drink. Not sponsored, by the way. So, we have one more report over here for our economy. I mean, we're still in debt. We're at -5. But we could theoretically go to -20, so it's not the worst it could be. The Ministry of Statistics, along with the Minister of Economy and the Central Bank, has delivered a preliminary economic status report detailing the recession is deepening and the financial system is heading towards a potential collapse. Look, if we just don't read that bit, then we should be fine. Stability, I mean, it's still going down, but I'm not too concerned with this. Okay, read the report. New approval poll has shown that we have landed at above 50% approval rating. I mean, that's good. I mean, having more approval rating than we got in votes sounds positive. How does the game work? It's basically like a little choose your own adventure game. Choose your own adventure story. Okay. To determine the current situation of the military and the spending policy, a meeting was held in the White Room. Peter, Vulcan, and Yosef were seated. General Vulcan, Mr. Lucia, please start with the briefing. Very well, Mr. Vice President. We have prepared a briefing to convey further details about the current situation of our military. What branch would you like to know about? And what about our army? According to the latest reports from Camp Strongarm, currently we field 6 armies, totaling approximately 400,000 active troops. That seems like a lot. Like, what's our population? Religion, population. 30. Okay, this would actually tell me a percentage. It just tells me like where they're living. I want to know how many people are just in the country, but 400,000 seems like a lot, because I think we only have like 15 million or something like that. Like, that seems like a pretty strong ratio, which is a good amount. The real issue we are having is not the quality. It's quality, not quantity. Okay, what about the equipment status? Our army is quite outdated by today's military standards. Most of our equipment is 2 decades old. To make up for our lack of modern military equipment, we resort to a large number of soldiers, which is not really a long-term solution. I've been trying hard to reduce the negative effects of this problem. We don't need a modernization program. Standardized purchase of lacking equipment would do. What we need is more funding towards expanding the military size. Otherwise, our army will be seen as weak. Okay, where's the deployment right now? The first army is currently stationed at Lesbian Wayland borders, protect the way into the central regions of Sordland. Second Army, their largest force, has been stationed on the Rumberg border. Second Army has a large mountain commando force and is the most adequately equipped army to face Rumberg. The Third Army is near the Angolan border, and the coastal area is facing Vogtland. Due to the bitter past, our coastal defense forces is always on alert. The decimation of our fleet is still not forgotten. Okay, how do we compare to other armies? Well, Rumberg fields about 6 armies, mounted to 1 million soldiers. Lesbia fields 5 armies, which is 800,000. And Vagsland fields 1 army, about 140. Vayland fields an army around 100,000 soldiers. And Agnolia fields 2 armies, with a total of 200,000. The sheer size of Rumberg's army is because of their forced conscription laws. They are able to afford such a large force due to the massive gold reserves, which significantly came from Rizio over the past decade. On the other hand, the Lesbian army is the most advanced, followed by the Vaxlandian army. Both these countries put a lot of money into modernizing their military. Okay, what about the Navy? Okay, Air Force first by accident. Our Air Force currently has 410 planes in the inventory, out of which only 140 are jet planes that are also not in great condition. 30,000 pilots and support staff work in the Air Force, and they are commanded by the Mark Air Force in Elroy. Hey, well, what are our operational capabilities? Our planes can bomb targets within 400 kilometers radius of the airfield. They are of medium range and are semi-effective nighttime bombing capabilities. At any time, we can field 7 air wings, composing a total of 130 aircraft that can operate in combat duty. This is enough to subdue most targets. In terms of our bombing capability, we have an average of 100 meters of precision. This is not great, but still within effective radius of the bombs. Okay, how experienced are our pilots? Our pilots have average experience. They have a total of 450 flight time before their craft before they are qualified. This gives them more than enough time to get used to it. This is low compared to the 1,000 to 1,500 hours of other countries, like Arcasia, United Katana, Lesbia, and even Vagsland. Normally, the hours per pilot should be higher, but due to the lack of funding, we can't increase the training times, and fuel costs are rather high. Okay, how does the Air Force work together with the other military branches? The Air Force is trained as an independent tactical support branch, which is meant to assist other branches, but it doesn't collaborate. This does mean some issues like friendly fire and missed air, close air support opportunities. There are ways to improve collaboration with joint operation rooms, something to think about surely. Okay, what about our lovely, lovely Navy? Our Navy currently consists of 59 vessels, with a total of 60,000 sailors and support staff. As you know, these ships are commanded from our main naval base in Konrad, where our flagship, the S.N. Rennen, is docked. Okay, well, how does it compare to everybody else? Our Navy is dwarfed by the size of the Vaxlandian Navy, which is 194 ships, and the Agnolian Navy that has 81 ships. We only surpass Lesbia in terms of our Navy, as they have less than 30. As you see, the situation is dire, but the solution is not just more ships. To make a truly better Navy, we need to equip our ships with modern radar and sonar systems. More outdated ships wouldn't mean much. Well, where do we patrol? We are patrolling the Markian Sea, the Grey Strait, and the Actian Sea. Our Navy protects all of our coastal regions, however, to make sure that we are not thinning out our defense. We prioritize certain regions over others, like Greater Hallsfjord. We often patrol the routes that are close to the shipping lanes, especially the Markian Sea and the Grey Strait. Being a cargo that goes through that area is eye-opening. Another thing to note, after the takeover of Hajland, where our Navy has led incursion operations to protect Agnolia, we also take part in some joint naval drills as well. Okay, can we do any power ejection? I mean, the truth is, we are limited to our near region due to the size and technological level of our naval ships. If we had modern support vessels, we could participate in international operations. I mean, that's right. We still hold some power, if needs be. We could block trade at the Markian Sea. To make up for our weakness, allying ourselves with a naval power could also help protect our seas. Well, I think there's no one else. Okay, let's move on. Cleared his throat. The Minister of Defense is disappointed about the lack of additional funds. We knew that keeping the same budget for the military would cause some concern from you. I'd be willing to support the military in other ways. We could come to an agreement. We request any support that we can get at this point. Military Circle has been moody ever since they heard about the decision. We expected more. We know that there's been high hopes, but the President has made his decision prioritize other branches. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place without money. The military suffers from budget overextension in order to keep up with other countries. Yosef let out a long sigh. There's no use complaining now, Vulcan. Let's look at what we can do with what we have. I've been planning to improve the equipment of the armed forces by buying better military equipment. How could that be possible without funds? It won't be. There is one way. If we relieve half of the forces, that would create enough surplus, then we could invest in new equipment. I don't think we should, get rid of half the army. Relieving half the armed forces sounds risky at best and destructive at worst. Vulcan's eyes widened. We are barely matching the size of our half of our neighbors, while the other half has armies 2 times bigger than ours. How on earth would we discharge even half of the armed forces and buy new gear to solve our defense issues? I mean, he does raise valid questions. Quality over quantity is the right strategy for the future of warfare. Having a large force doesn't necessitate superiority. Reduction of the army would cause more unemployment, which would hurt the administration. What do you think? I don't think we should just disband half the army. So, let's leave the military untouched. There's no reason to break the working structure and risk defensive weaknesses. The Sword's armed forces will stand strong. We'll maintain our structure. Unfortunate, but as you wish, Mr. President. Yosef and Vulcan looked at each other. And that'll be all for today. Okay. You're dismissed. I'd like to extend my thanks for your attendance. The meeting concluded that the sun set over the concrete jungle that was Hull Sword. Yeah, I'm sure our military will be great. Also, we've completed our assignments in Wayland and in Agnolia. So let's see. I mean, we have a lot of pop-ups right now. Okay, so as for the energy sector draws foreign investors, we're happy to see that. Economy right now is stable. Experiencing a surge in foreign investment following a recent amendment to the Energy Protection Act. The relaxed regulation of foreign ownership has opened up new capital flows. And the death of former Black Battalion Brigadier General. In Estward, the former Brigadier General of the Black Battalion has been found dead. The cause of death is currently under investigation. The Brigadier General was once held a significant position in the military establishment in the 1930s. Had many followers of the NFP, and his sudden death has caused a stir within the city. Okay, well, hopefully that does not lead to anything more drastic. We have so many pop-ups. Hopefully it doesn't lead to anything more drastic. Okay, more investments, again, due to our more relaxed foreign investment scheme. In contrast to downsizing news from other locations, Gauls of Narbel branches released plans for expansion. This development, viewed as a promising sign for the company's resilience, is expected to stimulate Narbel's local economy and create new job opportunities. We love to see it. Regional growth is stagnated in Deer. Bergia is witnessing a period of economic stagnation, with the region's growing rate flatlining. Industries and businesses across various sectors are reporting sluggish performance, affecting the city's economic vitality. This downturn has sparked concerns about the region's economic resilience and needs for innovative growth strategies. Okay, protests against security policies. An exceptionally large protest has taken place in Suzerain, as well as several other places in Bergia, indicating an increased in general unrest against the special zone and the governor's security policies targeting British Freedom Front. The governor has authorized widespread surveillance of British individuals, which has created a climate of fear and mistrust in the community. The British people are demanding that their civil liberties and human rights be respected, and that they are not unfairly targeted based on their ethnicities or perceived political affiliations. Okay. What's going on in Rebel? Okay, more foreign energy. We love to see it. I'll go back to Sordland for a second so we can actually read all of our ports. The Enrican police force have organized a raid today after reports of the Swordlish Intelligence Directorate about the suspected young sword activity in Enrica. The police were ambushed during a raid as the suspected building in a firefight that broke out. 4 militants were killed, and 10 more have been arrested in the aftermath. Unfortunately, an officer was also killed during the fighting. Stagnation, known for its fertile lands and world-renowned vineyards, is currently experiencing stagnation and regional growth. I mean, it's good. It's not good. But, I mean, stability has gone back up to stable levels. So that is something that we can be happy with. Okay, the ATO has induced a new paradigm. Private military corporations have been legitimized. The ATO has extended official recognition and legitimacy not only to Cerberus International and the Palantir Security Solutions, but to all private military companies. This decision marks a significant policy shift, acknowledging PMCs as an instrumental to the future security status of the ATO member states. Private militaries now stand firmly in the global arena, and with the ATO's full endorsement, augmenting existing military resources and providing a new layer of strategic capabilities against potential challenges, most notably for the CSP. The sanctioning of PMC activities has consequentially reshaped the operational dynamics of these organizations, amplifying their roles in international security and conflict resolution. Fantastic. I mean, not fantastic. It's not great. My ice pack is already has expired itself just due to how warm it is. I need to get like a... I need to get like an air conditioner that's like just right in front of my face. It just blows wind on me constantly. I think I do like another fan somewhere, but I just don't want it like to blow into the microphone, you know? Okay. Education. The Minister of Education is reporting that a massive overhaul of the education system is progressing very well. All schools in Sordland will collaborate in the reduction of hours taught in citizenship, socialism, and nationalism subjects. Significant efforts are being made to lessen the political indoctrination in education. Other changes are also happening in the curriculum. Pedagogical improvements, like improved teacher-student relations and an emphasis on critical thinking development, have all begun across the entire country. Minister Walder reports solid progress on many fronts. Well, we